Hi. Hey everybody. I'm Liz Doyle. This is Liz Doyle Beauty. Today we're gonna do some makeup. I don't know if I love this necklace I have on. I just feel like it needs a few more. It needs to be either layered or I need to just switch to a new one. So I think I'm going to switch to a new one. Oh my God. It's tangled. Oh, good. Did I get it undone? Hi. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. I've already tried to go live like 3 times, hitting the go live button, and for some reason it wasn't working. Son of a gun. Maybe put it on and then try to untangle. See, it doesn't look. Okay, hold on. Good morning, Christine. Hi. Long time no talk. Got a lot to talk about. Allegedly. I gotta check on that shirt. Oh my dear. We could be here basically the rest of our lives trying to figure this out. If I just put it on. Now I look like Mr. T. I was just talking to Annalie on the phone. I was so mad. I was so mad at those kids. Ah! Okay. No, I don't like that either. All right, cool. Hey, I'm Liz, and this is Liz Doyle Beauty, and today we're going to do some makeup. And if you like this top, I linked it for you in the caption of this video. It's a really cute ribbed, can you tell? Ribbed Dolman top. I ordered another one. I'm building my fall wardrobe. I'm like, well, what is going to be something I want to wear this fall? And I can't really tell yet. So I've just started buying like basics that come up that I like. I'm like, oh yeah, that's good. That'll like interchange well. Good morning, Linda. Okay, so, let me see. Yesterday was kind of a big day. Hey, Pam. Hello. Oh my gosh, we got to talk about a scandal in Provo, Utah. Craziness, I tell you. We're going to talk about that and what else? Hey, Judy. Good morning. Annalie called and said, Ava said you're being a lot nicer to her with me gone. And I was like, she's so dramatic. I need that necklace. I know, I love it. I actually have 2 of these. One, I cut the other, I cut these medallion chains off. And so it's just these 2 like Cuban links. Cuban link, is that what it's called? I don't remember if that's the chain or not. I think that's what it's called. Golden Retriever type of dog is out. I don't think it's Simba. All right, so we got some scandal to talk about. Actually, we have a lot to talk about. I just wish I could get this. I wish I could figure out how to work this flat iron is one of my first wishes. Okay, so, hi. All right, so yesterday, the craziest thing happened. All right, so we went, yeah. Okay, so we went to look at a house yesterday. It's just what we like to do in our spare time. Are we moving? Probably not. Did we like it? Yeah. Will it work out? Probably not. Just putting it out there. Good morning, Amy. I'll take all the sunshine you got to give. I'll take it. It's a little gloomy here today. It's a little overcast. It's just basically fall. Okay. Hey, I gotta tell y'all something crazy. You want me to tell you about the house first or the scandal? All right, let's talk about the house first. I'll answer my own questions. Okay. So yesterday, while I was live, I got a message from my realtor. Tracy, you should see it before I do the things. Do you want to know what's changed my hair? Honestly, like honest, it's not, I don't have shiny hair, but this is crazy. All right, let me tell you what's changed my hair. I started using the purple Elvive. I started using the purple Elvive. That's true, Christy. I just think it's crazy, don't you? All right, so I started using a purple Elvive for dry or dehydrated hair. It's brand new. It just came out. It's hyaluronic. Maybe it's hyaluronic acid. I have two I switch back and forth with. There's a pink one and there's a purple one. They're both like light pink and light purple, and they're both kind of hard to find. And so that has made a huge difference. And then no, it's not the mane and tail that Amy's mom used to use. It is the pink Elvive, the purple Elvive. I switch back and forth. And then there's this bottle of gloss. I showed it a few days ago in a live video. It's like this big. I think it's by L'Oreal, Elvive. It's a 5-minute gloss treatment. I can send you a picture after I get off of here if I remember. Or I can put a link down below, or I'll get it to you if you just remind me. You leave it on for 5 minutes and you have hair like glass. And the craziest thing is, it doesn't weigh it down or make it heavy. It just makes it, like, you know, I struggle with having naturally curly hair, that a lot of the products that are recommended to me weigh my hair down, and I still want fluffy hair. I just want it to be shiny and straight and fluffy. So, I feel like that gloss makes a big, huge difference. And hold on, let me get, I thought I ordered a, I just saw it underneath my chair. I thought I ordered a necklace the other day. It was a bag charm. It was a bag charm that came, and I was like, well, how am I going to get this around my neck? And then I noticed that it's not a necklace. It's literally like the packaging is it hanging from a bag. So, all right. Anyways, what do I have to tell you? Oh, okay. So yesterday I got a text while I was live between Josh and I and my friend, who's also our realtor. Sabby sells the Strand. And she sent me this house. I want it real bad. It's in a wooded neighborhood, like wooded lots, the kind that have like a lot of oak trees, and you know what I mean? Like, that's really hard to find. And nothing against you if you want to live somewhere that looks like a nuclear disaster happened 20 years ago. But I just don't like how they come in. I don't know about where y'all live, but here, whenever like D.R. Horton or Ashton Homes, all these builders come in, they literally just wipe it out. It looks like there has never been a tree ever grown on the property ever. And nobody has trees. And then they'll bring back like a few palm trees for the entrance or a few crepe myrtles. And I don't like it. I like trees. I like wooded lots. And I get it. It's just much easier for them to just wipe it out and start fresh than it is for them to go through and like hand pick what tree. And usually when you start taking out oaks nearby are going to die. I don't know that to be a fact. I'm just telling you what I've observed from Josh, that in neighborhoods, he'll have to go do a lot of tree removals. If it used to be a lot of oaks and they take out most of them and leave like a few around the perimeter, they will eventually die too. So I don't know why. Maybe their root systems are intertwined. I don't know. But, so anyways, it's a neighborhood with a lot of trees, and it's wooded. It literally looks like Bridge of Terabithia. It's beautiful. And so this house looks like America. Like, think like Norman Rockwell. This house looks like a Norman Rockwell painting. It is so cute. It's 2-story and it's really cute, and it would give us more space. But the problem is, it looks like it was built a long time ago, and so it looks like it hasn't been updated since the 90s. Like, it has things like, and no offense if you have any of these things in your home, this just isn't my particular style. It has things like old, like, and brass has come back around, so you would think this would be cute, but it's not. Like track lighting instead of like recessed lights, there's lots of track lighting, like spotlights on everything, and doors. Lots of doors. I think in the 80s, they were just like, you know what sucks? Houses that are easy to get around. You know what? I want someone with an accessibility issue to come in this house and struggle. I want them to fall down. That's almost what they said when they were building this house, because there's literally like it's like, what's behind this door? What's behind this door? It's just a living room. And the living room has a door. And it's like, what's behind this door? The kitchen. It's like, what's behind this door? It's literally like one of those homes that were built in the 80s. And I feel like in the 80s, they really believed that like your sign of wealth was how many rooms, like how many actual rooms do you have in your, what's this? Another little room. Could you ever imagine another? And then you go in a little room and guess what? There's a door to another little room. Right. What's the purpose? No idea. I do like playing this game though. When I look at old houses that have character, I like playing this game. Like, what did they use this room for? I wonder. Because you literally are like, is this a bathroom? And you open it. It's not. It's not a closet either. It's just a room. It's a room within a room within a room. It literally feels like you're in Alice Wonderland. You just open a door and there's a room. And then guess what? I opened it's another room with just a sink in it. So listen, there's a room above the garage that's finished. And then it has 2 rooms. But you know what? It also has a closet. So that's not what it's supposed to be, because there's also a closet on the other wall. So I'm like, what are these two? Just 2 rooms, not bathrooms, not closets, just 2 small rooms, just 2 rooms. It almost looks like it used to be part of like attic space. And they just said, you know what? Let's just sheetrock it. The whole area as one? Nah, let's split it up. How many rooms can we split this up into? You know what? 3. 3 seems like a great number. So it was weird because it was almost looked like a utility room, like perhaps like, it's like, okay, so the room over the garage typically could be like a man cave or like a family room or a kid's bedroom, or there's a ton of different things you can make that. It's like a flex space, right? Like it can be anything you want it to be. So I was like, I want to know what they used this room for. And it was a room. And then you go into 2 rooms side by side. You go into the room on the right and there's a room inside there. And the room's real small. And it had like a utility sink, but a silver one, like a silver sink. And I was like, what is this? And I was just sitting here looking at it, shaking my head like, Because I'm wondering, like, do they know something I don't know? That's mainly why I wonder the things I wonder, because I'm just trying to figure out, like, is someone doing something easier? Could I make my life easier somehow by having a room within a room with a tiny sink? What am I missing out on? It's just like a FOMO thing. I'm nosy. So I'm like, but why? But why? So tell me what you think it was for down below in the comments, because guess what? The owner showed up. That's right. And because we are yappers, we struck up a conversation with her and figured out what that room was. We figured out where she moved, why she's selling the house, we just drilled her. This poor lady was probably like, I'm going to decline that offer and hope these people forget about me forever. So, really cool. It's a room. Then it has a little closet, like a closet-sized room, like a walk-in, big enough to like walk in and do a few circles. And then you walk to the other side, and then you open it up, and there's a tiny room, maybe like 3 feet by 6 feet, 3 by 6 room. So there's like a 5 by 10 room, and then a 3 by 6 room, and it's just like, All right, I'm gonna tell you what it's for. So she came and I was like, is this your house? And she was like, this was my house. Yeah. And she's an older woman, and it was a lot of house for one. I don't know how she did it. And that's why it was so spotless, I think, because it's just her. Like the floors literally looked like Mop and Glow. Very, I know. I thought about it, but my realtor, okay, so when she's with us showing houses, I try to think of her as like a realtor, because I don't want to show all my cards. I was like, hey, just like off the record, as friend to friend, I really want this house. And she's like, okay, but like, you know, it's kind of like having a friend that sells cars. Like, you don't want to show them all you want to keep a few things sacred, you know? You want to keep a few things. It's like the art of making a deal, you know? Oh, thanks, Jennifer. I swear by this shampoo. I really do. My hair has never been shiny ever in my life. you know what I don't swear by? Real quick, just a little interruption to the story. I'm still waiting for y'all to guess what the room within a room is, but you don't even care. This is garbage. If you have this, take it, throw it in the trash. Throw it in the trash. Throw it. This is garbage. This is the Kenra Platinum Dry Texture Spray. You spray this in your hair, instantly it just falls. And it feels a lot, like I like a little bit of a zhuzh, like a little bit of a texture in my hair, but I don't want it to feel like dry shampoo. I don't want to like rub my hands in my hair and feel like powder. That's what this does. This is too much. And if you put on your curls, boom, curls are gone by the end of the day because it's just so heavy. So if you have this, throw this away. The spray is too heavy. It's too much stuff. If you want a good, kids, that's it. How'd you know? If you want one of these, if you want a good texture spray to give your hair some zhuzh and some hold and make it like piecey and textured, you need to go to Walmart and get the Tresemme Dry Texture Spray. I'm not even kidding. It's the best. It's the best I've ever used. It's so lightweight. It helps hold the Kristen S. Oh, I'm truly lost. It's okay, me too, because we just talked about a room within a room and Alice in Wonderland, and now we're talking about this. Kevin Murphy is one of the, well, this is just a texture spray. It's not a dry shampoo. Kristen S does have some good stuff, and it all smells amazing. So this in the trash. If you have this, let me know if you have that same problem. There's like 0 hold, 100% weight. That's it. It's just powder. You're just dousing your hair with powder, and it comes out really wet. So if you do have curled hair, it like wets it and like ruins the curl. The curl falls. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I'm using too much. That's a strong spray for a texture. Have you ever done a Brazilian blowout? I have, Stephanie. Do you want to hear the crazy? This is a little sign of mental illness. It makes my hair too flat. Like I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, who are you? Like it literally would be like this, but like kinky. It would still have kinks, but it would be like this. Like, and then I don't know what to do with my hair. But now I think there's different techniques and different ways and different size rollers. And like there's different, this was a long time ago. I had one and it just, I had no body. Like the bangs, I couldn't do anything with my hair. I couldn't even, it wouldn't hold a curl. And then when it started growing out, it would be like curly and fluffy and then stick straight on the ends. It would literally look like I'd flat iron the end and like permed the root. Anyways, so let me tell you, the lady showed up and I was like, hey, great house, love it. Do you own this? She's like, yeah, and I can't wait to get rid of it. And I was like, all right, we got a motivated buyer. Meanwhile, my real estate agent, not my friend, because this is a separate transaction. My real estate friend, or my real estate agent, my realtor, she's over there looking like she wants to die because she literally does everything like by the book. She's like a fresh realtor. I do feel like in 10 or 15 years she'll be more used to my shenanigans, but like right now she, like we were just like laying around this house last night and I could tell she was like, what are they doing? They're moving in. They've come in and they're going to claim squatters' rights. Because I was like sitting in the, like Josh was walking around doing stuff and like measuring stuff and checking stuff. And I was literally like sitting on the fireplace like, and she just kept looking at me. And I was like scrolling my phone. She probably thought, I'm never going to get him out of here. So the lady comes and she's like, yeah, it's too much for me. Meanwhile, my sweet realtor friend, different, separate from my friend, she's over there like, she's going to say too much. Like, I wanted to be like, hey, what's the lowest you're going to take? Like, it took everything in me not to ask that because I think Sabrina right there would have fallen out. I would have had to dig a hole in this woman's yard, bury her in it. She would have been gone, deceased. She would have been appalled at my actions because I don't even know if that's like legal or if you're allowed to do that. But if you don't ask, the answer is always no, right? So I didn't. If I run into her again, that will be fate because I know where she lives. And if I just happen to stroll around her neighborhood and see her out, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to stalk the woman. But I said, hey, I got a question. Beautiful home. Love it. I got a question. How long have you lived here? She said 9 years. And I was like, okay, cool. I said, what is the room above the garage? What is the room within a room? I got it right. A dark room for developing photos. the room within a room. Had a sink, because I guess you need water when you develop photos. I don't know how that works, but I guess you do. A sink in a room. And then you hang the photos in the room outside of the other room. She said she never used it. So honestly, I can't believe she lived there 9 years. Like, I would not be able to live with myself. I would not be able to sleep at night if I had a home and if I had a room in my home with no function, that offered absolutely zero function. And I hadn't quite figured, I don't know what, maybe she used it as storage or something. But I'd be turning that into like a bathroom or something, because that room doesn't have a bathroom. And I was like, that would be a good bathroom. So basically I've already moved in. Isn't that cool? A dark room. She said, yeah, the original owners, because it was a while ago that this house was built. It's got good bones and it's got character. Ooh, I'm excited. I hope it works out. If you want to send me some prayers and thoughts and Care Bear vibes or whatever it is you're into, I'll take it. Because this is probably the first house. Now, it needs a lot of work. Just dumb stuff. Just making it something that we want. It would need a lot of... it would need some, not to move in though. Like initially you could move in and live there, and then just some of the walls. There's just so many rooms. And you know us Doyles, we love to take down a wall. One thing about us, every time we look at a house, we're like, why is that wall there? Get it out of here. Get that wall out of here. I mean, we took down like 7 in our living room. We love taking down walls and putting in sliding glass doors. Josh was like, ooh, imagine a sliding door here. And I was like, yes. We love a door. He's like, we do. And I was like, and we love taking out a wall. And he was like, y'all should see the cabinets in the kitchen. I would have to buy things to fill up the cabinets. I've never seen so many cabinets in my life. And the casserole ratio for the countertop, you could have fit 20 casseroles on just one little tiny portion. Just one, maybe 1/8 of the kitchen counter would probably fit 25 casseroles. I was like, imagine Thanksgiving. We'll have so many casseroles. We'll still have too much room. It doesn't. But don't worry, Josh has already figured out what tree needs to come down so that it can have one. But this would be like, you know, not anything that needs to be done right away. Like, of course, right away, it does have dark trim. It has wood trim. Which is fine if that's what you have and that's your style. You know what I want so bad? What I want so bad. And it would go great in this house because there is like a little foyer. First of all, I've wanted a foyer. I can't stand it when the one thing I don't like, there's a laundry room's downstairs. All the bedrooms are upstairs. And Josh cannot stand the fact that all the bedrooms are upstairs. I like it because I think all your crap goes on the second story. And then you don't ever have to worry about people coming over because you can keep your downstairs nice, and your upstairs is where it looks like the site of a nuclear war. Like, you know, like, I just like that. I think that's cool. I think it's cool. I want to be able to shut the doors and no one walk by, because now you have to walk by literally every single bedroom in our house to get to the bathroom. And I will literally have people over for dinner and I'll think my bedroom door is shut and they're like, where's the bathroom? I'm like, oh, it's right around the corner. And then I come back here and it's wide open. And I'm like, I can't believe they saw how we really live. I can't believe they saw this. Yeah. But just to move in, it wouldn't be anything necessity. Like, there's nothing that needs to be done. Like, whoever owned this house was like a prepper for sure. Like, they used the highest grade insulation. Everything is like insulated to the top to like the 9s. Things are like built very, very well. And so, just things like aesthetic things. Like, there's a few built-ins I'm not loving. There's a few like open. Now this is me talking about it like I already own it, and we haven't even put an offer in yet. So keep that in mind. It's just the closest we've come to checking all the boxes. Like, but it doesn't have. We did want an additional bathroom upstairs and the bedroom downstairs. So those are 2 pretty major things. There is a dining room downstairs, and I don't want a dining room. I want like an eat-in. I don't want a formal dining room, and that's what this one has. I just don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's a waste of space. I feel like that would become the landing area where everyone throws their crap on a dining room table that we would never use. Yeah, I pray it works out too. And what I really, really wanted, I always wanted a foyer, but even more, I always wanted a foyer with black and white checkered floors. Ooh. You following my vision? Josh is like, look at all this wood. I love all the wood. It's got like trim, like what's it called? Like chair railing, but then not beadboard. It's got tongue and groove. It's got like tongue and groove on the bottom half of the wall, and it's wood still. And Josh is like, oh, I love a tongue and groove. That wood is beautiful. And I was like, I literally have already gone through my head like 10 different colors I would paint it. It would cost a lot to paint. It would be a big paint job because there's a lot. All the trim in the house is dark trim. Wainscoting, thank you. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, and it checks every box. And in the living room, there's wood ceiling. Oh, it's like a high vaulted ceiling. Wood. Josh was like, we could paint that white. And I was like, you want to paint the one thing I would love to keep white. Keep brown. That's the one thing you want to paint. That's weird. All right, whatever. So, yeah, character. So, listen, I never thought I'd say this. A wraparound porch. Both sides. Front, both sides. I'm talking like an 8 feet deep. Maybe even 12 feet deep, actually. Now, I'm talking like a porch. I know. I don't even know who I am right now. I don't think there's crown molding. No, because I would probably want to pull that off. I'm not down with like all the molding unless it's like trim that people are doing now. You know what I mean? Like this. I do like that. The squares, and I like that on the trim. Wraparound porch. When Josh saw that, he said, oh my, I've never in my life. He was like, I would be fine with just staying out here. And Josh just kept standing in the front yard looking at it like this. And the yard's really natural, like lots of mulch, hardly any grass because there's so many trees and stuff. And then there's so much parking. I'm sorry to talk on and on and on about this, but I'm just really hoping and praying it works out because it's like the neighborhood, I've wanted to live in that neighborhood forever because it literally feels like, I don't know how to explain it without being very specific. There's like little islands with like trees in the middle of the road, and like it like you drive around the trees, you know what I mean? Like the road has to drive around. Very narrow and like tiny neighborhood with lots of trees. I want to live there. We looked at a house there 2 years ago, and me and the kids loved it, but it had a lot of like crawl. It's on a crawl. Most of the houses in this neighborhood are on a crawl space, and it's on a crawl space, and you just don't really want that here at the beach because your foundation will fall because, you know, this is like wetlands and things start dropping, especially if it's older. Y'all need to start parking when you're, I know. Well, my last night, I was just thinking, I was like, that would be a great grandchild house. No, not great grandchild. That would be a good house to own if you had like grandkids. Like it just feels like like we could live there a long time, I think. I'm already thinking ahead. And I mean, Ava's not going anywhere, so there's enough room for her and Trey and whoever else. So she was like, y'all aren't getting rid of me. Because we were like talking like, yeah, maybe if Ava, you know, moved out and, you know, she's like, I'm not going anywhere. And I was like, yeah, all right. We know. But it's really cool, and I really hope it works out, and it's really pretty, and I love it. And so I literally heard the worst words ever today while I was getting ready to go live, and that's what took me so long. We're not very organized people. We're not very organized people at all. And we're not organized people. And so Josh came in and he was like, have you seen our tax documents? And I was like, You're kidding me, right? He's like, no, I was just wondering if you'd seen him. And I was like, oh my God, we're never going to get a house because we can't even find our tax stuff. That seems like an important part of home buying. Yeah, that is great news, Mary Ellen, because I do think that even take politics out of it. I just think that I feel like someone who lost their life for speaking their opinions, whether they believe in them or not, I think that goes against everything we believe, no matter who or what. It just always saddens me, even in the past when things have happened to other people. It makes me really sad. So I don't feel like we should ever feel that, like, I don't feel like, what does that teach our kids? Like, if you throw a fit and you hurt somebody, it's okay. So yeah, I do think that's great. I think that's really great. It's really sad. It's really sad. It's all very sad. The world's just sad right now. So, let's talk about something weird. Okay. Yesterday I'm scrolling Facebook and I come across this post, okay? And this post is someone I know, and it details their flight path, okay? Stay with me on this, okay? This person says, we are sorry that we're sorry for Mr. Kirk's family. We're praying for his family, blah, blah, blah. And in light of tragedy, of course, there are always rumors that are spun from any tragedy. There will be rumors that come out. And I just want to address some that have been made about us. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, rumors, I'm here, clocked in. So I'm reading this post, right? And some of y'all are gonna die when I tell you this. So I'm reading this post and I'm like, it's literally recounting their flight path on the day that happened, okay? It's like on September 10th, we left this airport. And our 2 pilots left this airport and came to pick us up at this airport. At that time, the only passengers were 2 pilots, right? And I'm like, what? What is this? What did the 2 have to do with each other, right? I'm thinking like Tom Cruise, I'm like, do they think someone rappelled out of an airplane to do this? Well, no, they thought, there are people online that thought, hey, Debbie, there are people online that thought it was the person that did the deed leaving in this airplane, because the airplane took off, X amount of minutes after this terrible event. And there's all these, so now there's all these rumors flying. Oh my God, Annalie is with a goat. Annalie is with a goat right now. I'll never get her home. She loves an animal. That child loves an animal. So anyways, I'm like, what are they talking about? Okay. And I realized, so then this is someone I know. So then I see the People News article talking about the private plane. I'm like, there's no way someone I know has made it like their private plane. First of all, I didn't even know they had a private plane. Things must be going very well. There's a private plane at the center of the conspiracy theory. They said they've been accused of helping an alleged shooter escape the area via the private plane. So he posts like, this is where our plane went. This is what it was doing. I can assure you. And it's true. It's true. Those are literally like the last people. Okay, you ready to hear who it is? They said they have received a lot of people online, so people online found this private plane that took off, okay? They thought it was a little suspicious, but it's people not in aviation, I guess. It was something the plane did that seems suspicious if you don't know anything about flying, but I guess if you have a plane and us poors, we don't understand that. So he was like explaining like, this is how you do it. When you land at this airport, you have to turn off your radio so you don't interact, so you don't I don't know, so it doesn't interfere with another airport. Something happened, okay, that looked suspicious. So people thought the guy got on the plane, took off, went to Arizona. Nope, that's not the case. Y'all, it was the CEO of Unique. Derek Maxfield, allegedly. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? And they are literally the sweetest. Look, I have some hard feelings, but I don't have hard feelings against them. They are literally the kindest, sweetest. They're LDS. They, you know, those are my people. They are precious. I love them. I always thought they were very kind. They go build wells in foreign countries. Like, these people are bleeding humanitarian efforts. Every chance they get, they're helping people. They're crying. They're very emotional people. They're crying all the time. The wife can hardly get a sentence out without crying because she's just such an empath, and like, she feels whatever. You're just very strong, loving, emotionally connected people. They thought it was them helping someone escape. And I could not believe it. I literally was reading that article. I sent it immediately to Christine, and I was like, you're never going to believe this. And she was like, what? How would this all? But you know, like, in the center of tragedy, things, I mean, people are still saying Tupac is alive, you know, like, it's just some people, they need answers. Like, they can't wrap their brain around just a simple, like, let us do our job, you know, type of deal. They want to know all the things. And a conspiracy theory is just kind of something that makes you feel like, you know, you got it figured out. Yeah, they said the authorities didn't come to them. And, but I think maybe at some point I would reach out. I'd be like, hey, I just want to let you know. I don't know who it was, but it wasn't us. You missed Annalie's comment. No, my Wheeze was here. Where? Oh, you fed flamingos? I saw you with the goat. So cute. That was so cute, Wheeze. I don't know if you're still here or not. But yeah. Isn't that crazy? They literally thought those sweet baby angels were involved. That was so crazy to me. And it says a lot, because so many people that were formerly with the company and left, like, they threatened, I don't know if I can say this out loud or not, allegedly, maybe I was served papers. Maybe I was served papers. Here's something I learned. You just need to read things before you sign them. I know that seems real easy. I know it does. But perhaps you're getting yourself in a pickle, you know? But even though, allegedly, even if, how about that? Even if I was served papers, I still have very kind things to say about these people, because they are literally, like, out here doing more than any of us could ever do as a combined unit, probably, to help the world. It's crazy to me. It's insane to me, actually, how many things they do. It's great. Good for them. I don't know how they have time to sleep. Like, you look at stuff like that, you're like, huh, we have the same hours in a day. I'm just trying to get a nap, you know? And what have I done to earn it? I didn't build a well in a third world country. I saw that, Diana. I did. I saw that this morning, and I saw that his dad turned him in, I guess. And his dad, he had confessed, and he's like, I need $100,000 for a lawyer. And his dad was like, I gotta go. I got a call coming in. Well, allegedly, you sign things, and turns out you're legally obligated to hold, you know, whether you leave or not, there are things you agree to. Or rather, especially if you leave, you know. Turns out you get yourself in a little pickle if you try to do things that are you signed that you wouldn't do. You know, just little things. Just little things. So anyways, that is that. I thought that was crazy, though. We all have a connection, because I'm your it's like 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Only much more only much different. So, isn't that wild? Diana, I'm not actively with them. I still have a link, but it's because I went back and opened a link. I went back to it. So, I mean, it can't be all that bad. There were just certain things I wanted to order, and I wanted my, there's just certain things I wanted to order, and I wanted my discount. So, yeah, I did go back. I do have a link, but they're nice people, and there's a few products that I used to really, really love. Wait, that was non-competes. Non-compete. What was it? Non-compete or NDA? Hopefully it went NDA because I just blew that one out the water, huh? I didn't sign anything. I don't know what I just talked about. That was like a brief little psychosis I slipped into. I didn't sign anything. I didn't do anything. I didn't. It's fine. Everything's fine. So anyways, yeah, isn't that crazy? So they are very kind people. And it's crazy because on that post, there were many people who didn't feel that they were treated fairly, that came forward and said, you know what? We know this isn't you guys. Just basically don't leave. I think a valuable lesson here is don't leave me in charge of anything important. That anything that needs to be treated with, like, anything that includes like detail, you know, like detailed instructions, or like, you know, you can't talk about this or whatever, you can't leave and go here or there or wherever. Just basically, I don't need to be in charge. I need a lawyer, is what I learned. Like, if somebody ever sends you something and says, hey, I just need you to sign this real quick, just take a second to look over it, sign over it, get it back to me, just to make sure you read it. You know, that's what you want to do. I was out there, it was so great. I got to meet Derek and his wife. I've known, watching line that, yeah, they're really great people. Nothing. I just want to, oh, that's awesome. That's really cool, Diane. If that works for you, that's great. I just am not an MLM girly anymore. So there were, yeah, I should stop now. Yeah, so it just wasn't my thing. I just decided that I enjoy sharing products from everywhere, things from everywhere. But the company was very good to me. I took a lot of trips. I was, I had a lot of opportunities to learn and grow, and it brought me here to live videos. So, you know, I wouldn't know any of y'all if it wasn't for that. It filled a need in my life at that time. And I'm grateful for everybody I met and everything I got to experience. I don't have anything bad to say, except for when that letter showed up. But, you know, sometimes I'm humble enough, or humble, is that the word? I'm self-aware enough to realize, you know, I signed it and I made a mistake. So I'm glad Augie's barking right now. Okay, Augie has been limping, okay? And before you call PETA, let me get the rest of this story out, okay? If you would like Augie, I would love to give him to you, okay? Augie has been limping. I told Ava 3 days ago, make sure he doesn't have anything in his paw because he's limping. The emergency vet is very expensive. I learned that lesson the hard way. The real vet is very expensive. Simba's last appointment was like $700. I feel like I don't even have appointments that high. But it's not Banfield. We're not going to Banfield anymore, that's for sure. Because, hey, Debbie, yes, I will. You know what I'll do today? I'll list everything I use. This is Dibs stick. It's a concealer and a blush, and I have it linked over on my other app. It's the shade Pink Cosmos, and this is like one of my favorite. Oh, perfect, Judy. Yeah, we got to figure out how to get them to you. Anyways, emergency vets are expensive, so I was like, you know, he's limping. I'm going to have to take him to emergency vet. I was like, but let me just check behind Ava real quick. Hi, Suzanne. Hello. Anybody want to take a guess as to what was wrong with Augie? No, I'm not even going to give you time to do that because I'm just going to tell you. This fool has gone out on a walk and stepped on a piece of gum. The gum has matted in between all of his fingers. I don't know. Is that, I don't know the terminology. I'm not a dog gal. It's gotten like in between his paw pads, on top of his paw pad. Gum everywhere. I lifted up his paw and looked at it. It was black because he's been outside a lot in the past few days, so it's like picked up crap. And so now it's like black and it's not sticky anymore, but you can still tell it's gum. And I was like, Ava. And she was like, what? And I said, his whole paw. She even took him yesterday and like brushed him out and like brushed through all of his knots and stuff and was like, okay, he's fine, because you have to brush him really a lot. And that's one thing. That's what, Judy, plug your ears. They take a lot of care. Like a doodle is not like oh, okay, we don't have to worry about them anymore. They're aggravating dogs. I mean, I love them, but they're aggravating dogs. They're not like you just let it go and just vacuum up the hair. No, you pay a price for them not to shed. And the price is you have to brush them like they're toddlers. And it drives me insane because I'm the only person that does it. So anyways, I got scissors, the nail scissors, and I sat down with Augie today and I cut the gum out of his paws. I was like, Ava, I just got a question. She was like, yeah, what? And I was like, you didn't see it? Like, seriously? You just looked at his paw and thought, that looks normal. She's like, well, I don't know what dogs' paws are supposed to look like. I was like, okay. All right, well, I'm pretty sure this isn't it. This isn't, you have three other, you could have referenced. Three other paws you could have referenced. It's not like that was the last paw left in the world and you couldn't tell that it was supposed to look like that or not. You know what? We could even throw Simba in there. You had 7 other paws you could have referenced and used as like, I don't know, is this normal or not? And she's like, I didn't see it. And I was like, I have 2 doodles. I'm the only one that yes, what a nightmare. What a nightmare. You know what a doodle going in a pool is like? It's literally like, if their hair is longer than an inch long, it's literally like you have taken a child and let them swim in chlorine all summer long and never brush their hair, and then you go to brush it in August. That's what it's like having a doodle that likes to swim in the pool. Mats. I mean, just... Not only Google, but we also have ChatGPT now. Like, you literally could have snapped a picture of that, sent it to ChatGPT, and said, hey, what does this look like? I feel like even a robot could have told her, that's gum. That's gum that's been walked on for a few days. Use oil or peanut butter after cutting out what you can. Had to. Well, I feel good about it. I feel good about the job I did. It's a hack job. It's a hack job. And he's still limping because it is like, it's like, I think he's limping because it's literally like glue in between his little pads. It's like as if your toes were glued together. Like trying to walk with your toes glued together. That's what it was like. So I got most of it out. I do have a little bit more work to do after this video, and I'm glad I told you guys about that because I was trying to figure out how I was going to get the scissors in between his fingers. And they're the tiniest little scissors ever, but I was getting nervous. So ice and peanut butter is going to be great. We still have Arlo, no. No, Arlo, don't call anybody on me. I know people love it when people on the internet get rid of their dogs and they try to cancel them. He's gone on to a much better place. He literally went to a farm. Doodles are so cute because they don't shed. Correct. They don't shed, but they mat. That's what no one tells you. I have a golden. I can't keep her out of the water. I keep her hair short because it's freaking over. Yeah, if you have a golden, you have enough hair to make another dog. I want a golden retriever so bad. It's been like my lifelong dream, but I don't know. I do this weird thing, and I don't know if it's just in my head or if it's really happening. But whenever I see, like right now it's happening because I cut Augie's paws this morning. Whenever I see dog hair or someone like getting a haircut, it's in my throat. The hair is in my throat. I feel the hair is in my throat, which is disgusting. I don't know if it's really there or not. Before you judge me on my mental illness, not the fact that this is disgusting. I feel that there's hair in my throat. Like, I feel like there's a hairball in there. I feel like there's, like I could reach back there and pull out hair. But I don't think there's anything in there. Because also while I'm cutting his paws, I put my shirt over my face because I hate it. I hate that feeling. And my husband laughed so hard rewatching the barbecue. It was chaos, Miss Sandy. It was chaos. It's always chaos around here. It's always something. It's always somebody doing something. I just have to shave both my doodles from the daily. Yeah, I do shave them once a year and they look like something's wrong with them and people get concerned. So I'm trying to find Simba a groomer because he is a bad dog. He's not a good groomed. I think he's been abused. Ava and I were talking about that yesterday. I think a groomer, he's also a weird guy, so it could just be that he's weird, but I think he maybe was abused by someone that was grooming him. Not us. I mean by someone else. Because he hates the groomer, like loses his mind. Freaks out. The lady called me 5 minutes into brushing him and said, you got to come back and get him. So now I have sedation pills, so I have to make him high as a coot to be able to have someone. And I'm currently looking for someone to bathe him and shave him, if you guys know anybody. I would rather be punched in the face than shave him ever. Like, I'm not kidding. I would pay somebody $500 to come over and do it for me. $500. That's how serious this is. If someone came to my house and said, look, I know I've shaved like maybe 5. I need somebody with like 5 dog experience. If someone showed up on my front door and was like, look, I have 5 dog experience shaving people or shaving dogs. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to judge you if I find a mat in his armpit. I'll wrestle him like a gator because he does these death rolls. So aggravating. I stand, I'm like, stop it. You're embarrassing us. And so I was like, no, he doesn't do that. Like the last time I took her to the groomer, I was like, he doesn't do that. Do you know what she did? She took a freaking video and sent it to me. Now I gotta look at it. I was so embarrassed seeing him acting a fool. I got there, I was like, Simba Doyle, you wait until we get home. You're in trouble. Oh, I was so mad at him. I'm not petting you or anything. I was so mad at him for like a day because he acted like a straight goober. And I know it's because something has happened. I get it. But so the groomer gave me drugs. So if someone will show up at my front door with a really good pair of clippers, it's going to have to be a real good, like commercial clippers. If you'll show up at my house with commercial clippers and 5 references, I don't even need to be fancy. You can just bring your own dog and be like, look, a few pictures of where I can see a time stamp that you have shaved your dog 5 times. I'll give you $500. And you make him smell good, $500. I will drug him. He will be in a coma. So it'll be super easy for you. It will be so easy because he'll barely be breathing. You may have to check his pulse. That's a little stressful, but you're not going to have to wrestle him. They gave me these pills. They're like, give him 2. I was like, 2? They're like Quaaludes for dogs. I feel like the Wolf of Wall Street. Like things can become addicted. Then I have an addict living with us. Ugh. So they gave me these dog Quaaludes. And they were like, all right, put these somewhere very safe. Because you don't ever want anyone ingesting these. I was like, oh my God, who's coming to my house taking my dog's pills? They were like, but give him 2. And if that doesn't work, give him another one 30 minutes later. It's like, I feel like an anesthesiologist. Like I'm about to hook him up to an IV. So our other dog did go to a farm, but a real one, not the proverbial farm in the sky. He really went to a farm. My sister-in-law and her boyfriend lost their dog. It was very tragic. It was very sad. Arlo was eating everything in our house. If it didn't eat him first, he ate it. Underwear, headbands, a get ready with me headband, like a real fluffy one, ate it. Thankful for you. The past few days have been very hard. Oh, thanks, Danielle. I'm glad to be here. Just laugh at my pain, you know. Glad I could help. So Arlo was eating everything, and he was just like, he was his own worst enemy. He was going to kill himself if he stayed here and kept eating stuff. So Arlo went to, I called my sister-in-law. I was like, look, I know you guys are sad. I got a great idea. And I sold Arlo like he was a 1990 Ford Escort. I put so much lipstick on that pig. I was like, listen, he's the best dog. Commands, he knows them. He doesn't remember any of his commands. Will sleep with you? And she's like, I don't want him to sleep with me. I was like, oh, perfect. He doesn't want to sleep with you. I sold him up the river. And so he's gone. I was like, yeah, you would never believe he'll do your laundry. Like, I was like thinking of things like, oh, one time he mowed the lawn. He's never mowed the lawn. He doesn't have thumbs. So I really spoke highly about Arlo until she agreed to it. So Josh showed up, and she called the next day, and she said, what the? Heavy on the F-bomb, the whole thing. Didn't censor it. I said, what's wrong? She said, well, let's just start off with what's not wrong. She said, it would be easier to tell you what he didn't do last night than to tell him what he did, to tell you what he did. I said, oh, okay. So she treats her dog like a baby, like a real human baby. And so this baby gets probiotics, prebiotics, and Benadryl at bedtime. I don't even take a pro and a prebiotic. So neither do my kids. These dogs are treated better than kids. So she said, well, at bedtime, I went to go give Arlo his food, and I put it down. No, she said I went to go give Garnet, her dog that's like a person. She said I went to go give Garnet her allergy medicine. Arlo swooped in out of nowhere, ate it. She said, but that's not where it stops. He got up in the middle of the night, got on top of the kitchen counters, and ate every bit of food we had on the kitchen counters, including a loaf of bread and all the plastic that it was wrapped in. I said, I'm sure he didn't do that. That was probably Garnet. He ate everything off the counters. Bread, cookies, desserts, get all fat and sassy. He ate everything off the counters. Like, you know, you go to bed, you got like a cake on the counter, or like, you know, like your loaf of bread's out. I don't know, cookies. He ate everything off the counters. I was like, I don't think he did it. I think it was the other dog. I think she's trying to frame him and get rid of him. That's what I think, because now she's not the only dog in town. So anyways, he worked through all that. They love him. They can't get enough of him. They think he's the best. He's, you know, he's thriving. He's thriving. He is, I'll never forget one time Erica came over to help me organize my house. And she was like, I want to see him out of his kennel. Because like when people came over, we'd have to put him in his kennel because he was so out of control. And I was like, nah, let's not let him out because Josh wasn't home. And she was like, yeah, that's exactly what it is, Christine. You need a little something to chase the Benadryl. Hi, hello, Mary. Nothing's safe on the counter. But he was on the counter is what I don't think you guys understand. Like Augie gets up on the counter. He stayed with Erica one time. I said, careful. He's tall. He can reach all the things. He got up on the counter. He ate all the chicken she had meal prepped for the day. All the chicken. She had cooked like 10 chicken breasts. He ate them all. And so he does, Augie will eat anything off the counter. Like last week, he had a cookie sheet of sausage while we were at church. And then, so anyways, I don't even know how we got here, but it's just like, it's such a like comedy of errors. Like nothing goes right with animals and us. I don't know what we're doing wrong. Except for Gage. He was the only thing that was ever good. Like the only dog that was like a person, listened, just could kind of read a room. These goobers, they can't read a room. They can't. You're pissed off. You bust them for eating something. They don't care. They'll look you right in the eyes. So anyways, where was I going with this? Oh, Arlo is happy. Arlo literally goes out, swims in a swamp all day, comes home. Okay, so in the mornings, my sister-in-law takes Arlo to the dog babysitter. That's right. You heard me correctly. She doesn't even work like a long day job. Her job is not like, it's not like 12-hour shifts in a coal mine or anything. She's doing like, you know, like a normal 8-hour day, 9-hour day at work. She takes them to a sitter. The sitter has a pool in the backyard, and the sitter also is insane because he will leave his back door open all day so that Arlo can come and go as he pleases. I'm like, has he heard of a doggy door? That seems like a lot of electricity out in the world. She's like, oh no, he doesn't turn his air on so the dogs can come and go as they please. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? It is July. So yeah, this man is willing to put his life over, you know, so that's where Arlo goes during the day, and then she picks him up in the afternoon, and he runs free all day. He's living his best life. We go visit him. He does look at us like, are y'all going to take me with you? That kennel doesn't seem so bad anymore. So Arlo is living his best life. He's fine. He's fine. No one will ever forget Arlo because honestly, he won't let us. I still find things and I'm like, Arlo ate that. Like I'm still looking for things and I'm like, I'll never find it because the freaking dog ate it. So if you'd like to know how, don't cancel me. Arlo is living a much better life with people who have so much time that they are giving their dogs probiotics, you know. Don't cry for him. He's doing just great. And Abram goes out there and plays with him, and he's like, he's so calm. Look, he just sits in my lap, Mom. And I'm like, yeah, it's all a trick. It's because he's hoping we'll take him back home where he can continue eating your PlayStation cords. Remember that? Little walk down memory lane. He wants to eat the cord to the lamp and almost die. So Arlo's great. He's thriving. He's in a happy environment. We still have our other 2 dogs. If you guys wanted them, I could maybe give you the code to my house. I'm not going to give you the dogs because we love our dogs. But if you wanted the code to my house so you could come in and steal them or borrow them for a long time, we'll say, I could work something out with you. It's just like, kids always want dogs. I know this is the age-old thing, and I fell for it. I fell for it time and time again, not just one time. I've fallen for this multiple times. Kids want a dog. You get the kids a dog. Suddenly they act like they've never seen a dog. They don't even know he lives in the house. Feed them. What? So when you're feeding and walking the dogs, you just form some resentment in your heart towards them. It's not all sunshine and rainbows anymore. It's a little bit of rage. There's a little bit of rage mixed in there. And if you're emotionally immature and you don't know how to sort through your feelings, you could, you know, get resentful towards the dogs as well. I don't, but I'm saying like a normal person, like anybody else probably could, because I'm the best dog owner. Literally every night I take them on a walk. I'm like, if you guys want to run away, I'll buy you a little bit of time. I'll give you like 30-minute head start. If you guys want to go, don't get yourself in harm's way, but I'll give you a head start. If you guys want to get up out of here, I'll act like I don't know what happened. I tripped and fell. I blacked out. Someone came up, stole you. I'll find you an out. All you got to do is say the words. Nothing pisses me off more than walking. But it's okay. I love the dogs, and I'm going to keep walking them because I don't want my kids talking to their therapists in 20 years saying, and they were the best dogs, and our mom just gave them away. So I'll keep them around. Arlo is the hunting dog, yes. He is. He's a hunting dog, and he is doing exactly that. He's hunting. He is out in the streets. Well, he's not in the streets. He's out living his best life. My sister-in-law lives on about 200 acres, and he has free roam, like free roam. Yeah, free roam. He's free range. He's a free range dog now. Too many, I know. There really is. How to love your pet, allegedly. Yeah. And And nothing makes me more mad than when no one's taken them out yet and I've washed and dried my hair and I have to take them outside with clean hair. It never looks the same when you come back in from the humidity. And Ava will literally come out with wet hair and I'll be like, hey, don't forget to walk the dog. She's like, you couldn't have told me this before I showered. And I'm like, that's it? Like, it's a wrap for you? You took a shower, so now you're never going to leave the house ever again? No, get out. You better get out of here. So Ava does help a lot more than anyone else does, though. Abram, you wouldn't even know the dogs existed. And Josh says it's fine that Abram gets a pass, not because he's cute and he's the youngest, but because his dog got sent to a farm, which is fair. That's fair. Arlo was his dog, and his dog is now on a farm. So in exchange for the trauma, he doesn't have to walk the other two. Just in exchange for a little bit of trauma, you're off the hook. How did we get here talking about my dog? Oh, the bubblegum paw. What a goober. What a goober. So we have, I don't think we have anything planned this weekend. We have, we thought about going to a college football game. So they do this cool thing now. This is proof that you could literally lure me anywhere if you tell me they have food. Whew. You could get me in a van, a kidnapper van. You could get me anywhere. A cult. I'm not above that. You could literally lure me anywhere with the promise of free food. Endless free food. You tell me it's unlimited? What? That's how I got on a cruise. They were like, yeah, the food, you can just eat all day and night. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm there. And so anyways, I used to frequent Ryan's buffet. Like when I got a car, I didn't go out and do bad things. I went to Ryan's buffet. That's a true story because my parents would never take me there. And so I was like, what do you mean you can eat all you want? And they're like, yeah, you can eat whatever you want there. And I was like, get in, losers. We're going to Ryan's. Augie's picking up a lot of bad habits. He ate a pair of underwear the other day. Yeah, so he has picked up some Arlo's bad habits. He's becoming really high maintenance. So anyways, there is a college nearby that has football games and the food is free. With the purchase of your ticket, you get free food. Whatever you want off a set menu all night, like unlimited. They have like a set menu and whatever you want is free. I don't even like football. I've never wanted to go to these games before in my life. But a friend of mine was like, you know the food is free. And I was like, gosh darn it, I'm in. So we might do that this weekend. I don't know. It's actually probably laughable for some of y'all that have large like 6A schools, or if you live in Texas where, you know, Friday Night Lights is a really big deal, because this college game is probably still smaller. The college, the arena, the game, it's probably still smaller than some of these Texas stadiums you see at high schools. Like my sister-in-law sent me a text last week. She was like, I'm sorry, that was meant for somebody else. And I was like, oh, okay. I noticed it was a restaurant they were eating in. We're broadcasting both high school football games on the TV. And I was like, is that the high school football game? She was like, yeah. And I was like, man, people love football. So we might do that this weekend. I feel like going out in the sun is like that chapter of my life is closed, and I know I'm going to regret this. January me is going to regret this, but I think I'm done outside. Ohio State would never. I know, free concessions. Isn't that crazy? It's some kind of, they have a partnership. Because you know, I Googled it to death when I heard about it. I was like, the Bojangles, because they have Bojangles at the games? No, not the Bojangles, the other stuff. They like brought in a new company they partnered with, and it's like a package. Like, okay, $5 a person will include this. You know, if you include the $5 a person, your ticket prices will, or whatever it is. I don't know. They have some sort of agreement worked out with a vendor, Aramark or something, and they're like, all right, yeah, we can do free food. Because I thought it was going to be Bojangles and stuff. And I was like, do you know how many dirty rices I could put away? How many dirty rice sides I could put away during a football game? It almost sounds like a challenge I look forward to. But no, it's just hot dogs and stuff. It's like hot dogs, popcorn. So now every single game has been sold out. And if Annalie finds out that we're entertaining going there, that we're even entertaining that thought, she'll be so mad because she literally asked to go to those games all the time. It was what she wanted to do for her birthday like 2 years ago. Just a lot of people. Very people-y. So anyways, we don't really have anything exciting planned. That's about it. I'm going to redecorate this house in my head, and that's about all we got going on. Nothing exciting. It's going to be a quiet weekend around here. I'm trying to think of what else exciting I could tell y'all about. Running low on excitement around here. I don't know if I want to use that today. Thanks, Amy. We're going to. First, we got to find our tax documents, which should be cool. That should be super easy. I could only think about 7 million places they could be in this house. Or out of this house. I could also think of a few places. We're not organized people. I mean, we're not hoarders. I promise we're not hoarders. Well, I kind of am a little bit, but we're not organized people. Like, we're not those people who we do have a fireproof safe, but like nothing ever makes it to it, you know, because it's trouble of like opening it, and you got to remember the code and all the things. So I'm getting plenty excuse me very much. We were just talking about this last night. Miss Sandy, you are in a different tax bracket. If you are getting under the floorboard, anywhere really, in the golf cart, like it could be anywhere. If you are getting if you have plantation the first way for you to impress me is to have plantation shutters, because this house has plantation shutters, and we're looking at them, and they're like, yeah, that's about $800 a window. I'm not trying to embarrass you. I'm just saying, nothing will show me. Nothing is a better sign of someone's wealth than if they have plantation shutters at their house. Can't hide money. You want people to know that things are going so well that you hang your money in the window in the form of a plantation shutter. That's fabulous. It's fantastic. I can't get enough of a plantation shutter. I can't. I love them. I think they're amazing. This house has them on every single window. $800 a window. Damn. Can't have money. I'm not trying to embarrass you, Miss Sandy. I'm just saying, like, good for you. I feel like one day that's how I'll know I've made it. You know, I'll just look at my money just hanging in the window and just think to myself, you've done good. Things are going well. and I want my neighbors to know. I don't need a sports car or all these fancy things. I just want plantation blinds. That's reason enough to buy. Yeah, very, very, that's the sign of wealth. I bought, what are they? Josh loves a plantation shutter. There's nothing he loves more. And he always walks by our window and says, I wish those were plantation shutters. I opted for those bamboo ones, like the brown things. I hate them, but we spent money on them. So I feel bad telling them because they were, you know, just, they weren't plantation shutter money. But they were, you know, things are going okay. I hate them. If they're not up, they look ridiculous. And I can't put them up because if they're up, then the dogs get on the couch and they sit and they look out the window and they mess up the couch all day and they lick on the couch and they're gross. And so everything about me just says that I'm a great dog owner. Don't you agree? Everything about me just says kind, compassion, loves animals, would do anything for our pets. But I can't lift up the bamboo shutters the bamboo blinds only look good when they're lifted, and I can't lift them because if I do, then the dogs sit there and they bark at the leaves blowing on the trees. So it looks a little bit like we're doomsday preppers or something, because all you see is just dark windows. I mean, it's very light in that room, but to look at the window, you're like, they're hiding something. They definitely are hiding something. We're not. We just have dogs. So, yeah. I love the way the window looks when those blinds. I would advise you, if you can't leave those lifted all the time, don't get them. It's not worth it. Hey, I'm using this. This is by e.l.f. I Love You a Latte Bite-Sized Shadows. No dog has ever been harmed. Just FYI, if anybody's questioning. If you've gotten this far in the video and you're worried or concerned, I talk a big game, but no dog has ever been harmed. They're not emotionally, mentally, or physically abused. They're taken great care of. The other day, I even gave them a piece of steak. So calm down. Nothing is good. And oh my, I might have said something wrong there. Maybe you're not supposed to give dogs steaks. They're fine. They're loved. My children love them. They don't care for them, but they love them, and that's all that matters. Right? I'm not like Michael Vick or anything behind the scenes, so don't panic. Our house had plantation girls. Everything in the laundry room had plantation girls. I can't believe you ripped it out, Shannon. Don't say that out loud. It's a crime. Oh, if Josh knew that, he'd be pilfering through your dumpster. He loves the plantation blind. My parents have the regular ones in small guest rooms. They look amazing. The plantation shutters, or no? They're beautiful. They're beautiful. They are really pretty open, I've noticed. Like, if they are closed, they can be kind of dark, which is also nice. We have so much light in our main room now that sometimes I just want to lay down and watch TV and it be like a little dark, and it's never dark back there because that big, huge sliding glass door is so freaking big now. So I told Josh, I was like, some walls may not be bad. Like, you know, when we were talking about how many rooms, like old houses have a lot of rooms. I was like, you know, a little room may not be such a bad thing. And also another thing I learned, if you are looking to build a house, if you are looking to remodel, if you're in the market for anything, an open floor plan, it's going to be both your best friend and your worst enemy. Our living room, dining room, and kitchen are now one big room. It's great. So open, great for entertaining. Horrible if you have things. Horrible if you have belongings. I walk in this house every day and I am disgusted at how much stuff we have. There could literally be, like right now, there is an Ulta bag sitting on the kitchen island, and there is a stack of mail on a tray in the kitchen. It looks like we have to tunnel our way out of here. Just those 2 items being on the counter makes it look like we have collected items our whole lives. I don't know why. If you leave a blanket on the couch and it's not folded, nobody's ever cleaned in this place. Like, it looks like Josh comes like, what have you guys been doing all day? And then I literally like remove 2 things from the counter. He's like, oh, that's so much. This place is filthy. And then you literally just like take a loaf of bread off the counter and you're like, oh, okay, that feels much better. An open floor plan will make you feel like your house is dirty all the time, because there's just stuff. There's just stuff. There is a glued 1,000-piece puzzle on my dining room table. Did you do that on purpose? Is that like a new decor thing, or you can't get it up? We used to have that mediation table that Josh loved. It used to be in the living room, and the tray that was on it was stuck to the table forever. So when we gave the table away, the tray went with it. I was like, yeah, just keep that because it's not coming off. Did you ever put white shears? No, there's nothing. There's nothing on our window. Nope, we never did. It's just open, and no one has a problem with it except for Charlotte Doyle and Ava. I'm like, what do we have to hide? I don't know what we have to hide. Like, you know, it's not like we're living some fabulous life. Like, and also, you know, I mean, I share everything about our lives here on live videos. So what do we have to hide? What are we hiding from? Ava's like, someone could be watching. I'm like, watching me load the dishwasher in a robe? How scandalous. How scandalous. I can't even. Oh, good. Sorry about your luck, Peepin' Tom, because that's what you got to watch. That's all I got for you. Me just yelling at kids all day. Filming TikTok videos. Like, I mean, I got nothing. If they would just, I could save them the travel. If they would just sit at home and watch one of these lives, they would, you know, I wouldn't need a Peepin' Tom. You know, Peepin' Tom wouldn't have to come peek in. And Ava's like, what about at night? And I was like, what about it? But literally behind us is like property. There's nothing back there. It's owned by a natural gas company, and there's nothing back there, and no one is ever back there. And if they are, I mean, what are we hiding? I just don't know. I don't have anything to. I put a sheer because I don't like strangers walking around. I have a ditch behind my fence. I just don't. I'm not scared. I should have more fear, actually. Now that I'm saying all of this out loud, I should probably have a little bit more fear. My Dateline will be like, they watched her through her back window for 6 months and she never even knew. They watched her scream at her kids and tell Alexa to set timers, and she won't set them because for some reason she doesn't listen to me. She yelled at her Alexa 20 times in one day, and that's when the man had had enough. I saw her cutting gum out of her dog's paws in her living room. Our dogs would attack somebody. They would. They're loud, and they would. They're 75 pounds apiece, and I don't feel like they play around. Like, sometimes I forget they're that big, and then I'll take them on a walk, and people in the neighborhood will be like, your dog is so big. I'm like, really? I don't know. This looks like, I guess I'm used to it. There she was, cutting gum out of her dog's paw, and she didn't even realize the assailant was watching. Honestly, I'm going to run somebody away if they stand out there long enough. They'd be like, oh, next house. This one's aggravating. It might actually work in our favor. Like, oh, these kids don't listen. Go to the next one. They're way too high maintenance. We'll have to feed these kids Chick-fil-A every day if we grab them. Oh, Charlotte, I got this new shampoo and conditioner that I swear by, and you can get it at CVS or Target or whatever. I would love a day in the life, just one day. You wouldn't. You'd be like, you'd develop tics and be like, this has not been good for my mental health. Do y'all want me to go get this shampoo and conditioner I use so you can screenshot it? I don't mind. I'll go grab it real quick because I don't remember the name of it. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing, but look, Isn't it so shiny? Look, I didn't even flat iron it except for the front bangs. I can't believe this is my hair and it's $10 worth of shampoo and conditioner. Now, stylists are going to come for me, but what's her name on TikTok with the good hair? Look at that. What's her name? What's her name? We talked about this the other day. There's a lady on TikTok who has a system, and she talks about it and she promotes it. And she says that this system, oh, I linked it on Like to Know It. I put a link over on Like to Know It if y'all use that. I don't know if you do or not, but I put a link there where you can shop the shampoo. But there's a lady on TikTok, and she went to school she's like a hair professional. I don't remember, trick something. She's a trichologist or something. Not to be confused with Trick Daddy. She's a trichologist, and she studies shampoos, and she has put together a system that she claims, now don't come for me, hairstylist, don't shoot the messenger. She has a system that she put together that she says is great for every single hair type. And she gives you an inexpensive version and an Abby Young. That's it. She has a hair system she has put together. Everything can be purchased either at Ulta, Sephora, or CVS, depending on what level you choose. But, oh yeah, you'll have to let me know, Miss Sandy. Now, you might hate them. I don't think hair is a one-size-fits-all thing, but she does. But she does give you like a few options. Like if you want volume, you'll prep your hair with this. If you want shine, you'll prep your hair with this. Like she will give you different options for your hair type, but she doesn't talk about like low versus high porosity and like all the things. She's just kind of like, look, I promise you some of these things are going to work for you. I'll go get it. Hold on. And then it's crazy because she uses Pantene Pro V clarifying shampoo. And so she's like, of course because a lot of stylists are like, oh my gosh, you're going to have so much buildup from those products. She's like, of course you are. That's why you're going to implement this into one day of your week. One day of the week, you're going to use this clarifying shampoo. She's like, because every shampoo and conditioner leaves buildup. But me personally, I need buildup. I need something like this is probably shiny because of the buildup. I need a little bit of the things they say that aren't good for you. Okay, hang on a second. I'll go get it for you. Hold on. Don't look at this outfit. It doesn't go together at all. It's just two packages I opened. Okay, this is the Liz Doyle hair routine. First of all, look at this shirt. Isn't it cute? I'm going to show you the shirt real quick. This is the shirt that I just got in the mail. I don't know. I'm just kind of collecting fall staples right now. And something about a Dolman top. I just love them. Like a moth to a flame. These are shorts I got in, or skirt I got in yesterday and just threw it on. But look. This is one size fits most. There's two different sizes. It's super easy. There is a regular and there is a plus, and that's it. And this is the top, and it comes in a ton of different colors. And look, it's got this cuff. You can do it like off the shoulder a little bit if If you wanted to wear it like off the shoulder, you can. It's long enough to wear with leggings. You can wear it with jeans. You can wear it with shorts. You can wear it with anything. So I really like that and recommend that. And let me think. Oh, okay. So this is the Liz Doyle hair method. Again, please don't come for me if you are a stylist. I've been watching this lady on TikTok, and if it's on the internet, it's got to be right. So, okay. If you have dry, dehydrated hair, if you feel like your hair has never had a bit of shine to it in its life, your hair feels beyond dead, and you feel like there's no turning back, like my hair when I let it naturally dry, like insane, like you stuck your finger in an electric socket dry. The best way I can explain it is I feel like my hair shaft is a whole bunch of holes and like a sponge. And what happens when you squeeze a sponge and you fill it up with water, it can't take on any more water. So I feel like this fills up the holes in your hair shaft, and then your hair doesn't get frizzy when you go outside because your hair is already full of so much moisture. Did that make sense to anyone else besides me? Because for me, it made perfect sense. Okay, this is what I've been using for dry or dehydrated hair. Got it? It's part of the Hyaluron and Plump system. After shampooing, apply to lengths. Leave on one and follow with serum. I don't use the serum. So it has no animal-derived ingredients, no parabens, no phthalates, and no mineral oil. It doesn't weigh your hair down. Your hair is not going to feel heavy because that's something I struggle with a lot. I buy a moisturizing conditioner and it's just straight like oil, and then my hair is like greasy and I feel like I have to wash it again. But this is really great. This makes your hair feel clean and makes it they're kind of hard to find because they just came out and they went viral. So they may not be at your Target, they may not be at your Walmart, but they may be at Target or vice versa. Okay, if you just want a ton of shine and you feel like your hair is a little on the dry side, it just doesn't have any shine, it's really lacking in that department, this is the other one. This one is more for like regular hair. Like if you feel like you don't have the driest hair ever, this is a really good one. Okay, did everyone get? This one is made without animal ingredients, parabens, dyes, phthalates, mineral oil. Okay, so this and that. And sometimes if I'm feeling crazy, I'll put a little bit of the purple, a little bit of the pink in my hand and use both at the same time. That's what I did today. So, because see, I'm running low. So that's what I did today. And then I feel like this is a key ingredient. Now, if you have a slippery shower, you're going to need to hang on to something because this will make your shower floor not super grease, not super slippery, but you just hang on while you're using these shampoos and conditioners because they do leave everything like kind of shiny. But it's not hard to rinse it out. Like sometimes I've used really like moisturizing heavy shampoos and conditioners. I feel like no matter how long I rinse, I'm rinsing, and my freaking hair will not come clean. And I'm out of leave-in stuff, and I'm not somebody who can dry their hair without having a leave-in product that helps tame frizz, flyaways, moisturizing, all the things. I always add a product after I shampoo before I blow dry. I didn't use anything today. This is just straight out of the shower. I know, no heat protectant, no nothing. So it's not the best, but I'm saying like this is how good it is. You don't have to have something you put in your hair afterwards, although you should. This is the L'Oreal Ever Pure Sulfate-Free Glossing 5-Minute Lamination Mask. Intense Fiber Care 5-Day Glass Shine. I only use this once a week. I don't know if it washes out after every single wash. Experience a luxurious lather free of sulfates and harsh salts, formulated with glycolic acid, gentle on color treated hair. Now, you do your own research here. I don't need to strip anybody's Brazilian blowout out and get billed for it, but these are just what works for my hair. Vegan, color caring, formulated by scientists. Validated by colorist. This is it. Screenshot that. This is good. I put this on for 5 minutes and then I like shave my legs. Sometimes I clean the shower with the squeegee thing. Sometimes I just find, I say, Siri, 5-minute timer, and she sets a timer. And so this works great for me. Now, is it gonna work great for everybody? I don't know. I mean, give it a shot, see what happens. Oh man, the baby shower and rose hip oil and apricot oil is a great body soap, but you do have to rinse your shower floors, but your skin feels so good. How often do you wash your hair? 2 times a week. Ever since I got the pellet in my butt, I've been having hot flashes again. So I've had to wash my hair more often. And then go to Abby Young on TikTok. She's also here on Facebook and on Instagram. ABBEY and then Young, YOUNG. She is a hair expert and she has a formulated routine, and she'll recommend products in every single, in a high end and a low end budget. She'll say, okay, these are the shampoos, and she'll link like a Mika and a Dove shampoo. And then she literally has like 10 steps. So you don't have to do every single step every time you shower. But like if you feel like your hair has a lot of buildup on it and you just need a clarifying treatment, she'll show you what clarifying shampoo. Like stuff like that. Like if you wanted to do all 10 steps, you could, but it's not like, then she'll have like leave-in treatments or, you know, masks. And you only do masks like every so often. That wouldn't be like an every shower kind of thing. So you don't have to buy every single step to see results, but oh, okay, so I don't marry. I'm just a little bitter. I'm just a little bitter. I just pinched my eyelid. I'm just a little bitter. That's all. They gave me the axe. They picked up Pookie. I'm not feeling the most supportive. I'm a little resentful. And I'd love it if y'all were too. Just a little bit resentful. So I'm no longer working with them. So I was like, you know, let me go see what else is out here. So I started following that Abby Young girl a few months ago. And then when I finally when I got canned, I was like, all right, I'll give this a shot. And it's been working great. I feel like my hair is super shiny. I still use the hair tools because I'm not totally crazy. So I still use the hair tools. I just don't use the products anymore. Once they all ran out, I was like, try something different. There's nothing wrong with them, and I loved them, but I'm just still a little bitter. Someone said they're getting rid of the shampoo and conditioner. I don't know that to be a fact. That's just what somebody messaged me and was like, hey, by the way, I can't find shampoo and conditioner on their website. So I don't know, maybe they may not have been able to figure out the website. I've literally bought everything they sell. No person since you. I appreciate your support, and they are great products. And if you want to keep using them, that's fine. It's just I don't want to look at the bottle in my shower. I don't know, Pamela. I don't know. Budget reasons. Allegedly. But then I opened up my TikTok and both Bethany Frankel and Pookie were using Launch and getting paid for it. So I think they just decided, but look, I can't be mad about it. I really can't. The platform, the people I was able to reach through their company, like the reach my page was able to make is solely because of them. Anyone who did Launch and did not attribute their online success to them in some capacity is lying. Their exposure is what really brought everything to the next level from like a business standpoint. So I don't have any regrets. I don't have any hard feelings. I'm just a little sad. It's like a breakup. Like I don't want to see a picture of her laying around in my shower. I think the products are fine. I think everything's fine. I think maybe the reason I was not with them anymore was BS, but you only get what you put into it. And honestly, I hadn't been that interested in like doing the things, you know. I feel like Stella, and I'm just now getting my groove back. I feel like I just went real ugly for a little while, and now I'm like, you know, you should really try a little bit. So, and it feels good. It feels nice. You know, people always say, this phrase kind of grosses me out. I don't know why, it just gives me the ick. People always say, like, there's a trend on social media, and it's like, I got my pink back. And it's like, it shows someone like probably clinically depressed. A lot of people are like postpartum, post-breakup, just in a really low point in their life. And for whatever reason, they stopped caring about everything, including their appearance and stuff. And I feel like that it's like, watch me get my pink back. And then it's like, it fast forwards to now where you can tell they just look healthier, happier, dressing up, like all the things. It's kind of a gross phrase. It grosses me out to say it. But I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, I really feel like I'm getting my passion. 11:50 on the dot. I really feel like, not my passion. I really feel like I'm getting my love for the internet back. I don't know. It's sales. At the end of the day, it's sales, and I enjoy it. But I do feel the need to say, like, I don't sell things I don't use or personally believe in. So it's not that. It's just like somebody said to me one time, well, I'm going to buy it either way, so you might as well share it. And I'm like, I feel like I bought this from somebody else. And like somebody I worked with. And they're like, oh, yeah, I bought this from someone else because she really enjoyed it. And I was like, I really enjoy it. And they're like, well, I didn't see a post. I'm like, so I do feel like, exactly, Pamela, you're born. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Mary. I appreciate it. I do have to say, I feel, not that I have a purpose again, but I feel a lot more fulfilled. I feel a lot more, what do you say? Words are hard. This is like my baby can read. I feel a lot, this is the duck liner in the shade Subtle Touch. I do feel like I was like bordering a little depression last year. Winter was especially hard last year. I feel like maybe I crossed over out of seasonal and into like, it clicked over into like regular depression because I did feel sad. And if you go back and you watch my videos, I feel like you can tell it was a sad time. It was a dark time. But I do feel like I'm really enjoying what's going on right now. Like being able to be here on this side and just hang out and talk to you guys, and then be able to switch over and do like the business side of it on TikTok, where I can generate at least a little bit of an income from people shopping the things that I'm already going to be wearing and buying, you know? And that is going really well. I think my page, the products I shared last month reached, I think, right over like 1.2 million people. Isn't that crazy? Think about that in a room. Think about it in a month. If I ran into 1 million people in a month, I would just be so overwhelmed. but I really enjoy it. And people are, you know, the feedback is really good. And I see people doing it. Oh, I did. Michaela, that's right. I always forget about it and it becomes some sort of gross phrase in my head, but that's true. Because flamingos, their pink goes away right after they have babies. Annalie's doing great. She is at the zoo today. She's at the zoo. And so my sister-in-law may leave with a wild animal or two because Annalie loves animals. I was like, you're not taking a normal child to the zoo. You're taking Annalie. And so, anyways, I feel like when I really narrowed it down and just kind of decided that I wanted to be all in over on TikTok, the shop affiliate, when I kind of refocused and felt like that was what I wanted to do, I felt excited again, and I felt like I had goals I wanted to hit again, and like achievements and like milestones and stuff I wanted to accomplish. And that just really feels good, I think. I was thinking about it today while I was drying my hair. It really feels nice. So I appreciate you guys, and if you've ever just liked one of my videos, that's huge, and I appreciate it so much. I appreciate you guys. Some of you, I feel like we're all just the very best friends. And it may look corny, and my kids do make fun of me. They make fun of me all the time. Like, they were talking about somebody the other day, like, yeah, it just looks so desperate. And I was like, excuse me? And Annalie and Ava were like, not you, Mom, not you. And I was like, well, she's doing exactly what I do. And they're like, yeah, but it's different. I'm like, how is it different? So I was like, it's not, you have to understand, like, it's not that somebody's desperate. I just enjoy it. Like, maybe she just enjoys it. And they're like, yeah, no, calm down. We weren't talking about you. I'm like, I know it. You're talking about, like, something I do. I mean, Josh probably really appreciates that it is generating some sort of monetary reward, but it's not that. I just like sharing the things, and I like seeing how many, you know, tops have been sold and how many. It's very interesting to me. I really enjoy it. I like it. Darlene, you can find me over there, the Liz Doyle. I'm over there, or you can go to I linked in the yesterday's video. I linked one of my videos. You can click on that link in the caption. It'll take you over there. And I just share things like, I don't know, I guess I've like doubled down as a TikTok affiliate. And so I buy things I like and then I share them. And if people shop, I do make a commission, and it's on there. It's notated. It's not like any secret thing. It'll say like earns a commission or something. And if you shop through any of my links, I do get, I mean, I'm not a millionaire yet, but things are going okay. Thanks, Mary. It's really hard, and I think that's what I like. I think I like that it's something new that I'm learning, because I like a challenge. And when I learn something, I just kind of like get burnt out with it. I'm like, you learned it, move on. But this has really been like, it gives me something to do. Like, I feel productive, and I feel like once my kids went to school, I had to be doing something, or I just kind of felt like, Josh has never made me feel like this, but I felt like a freeloader. A freeloader. And I want to be contributing in some capacity, but it doesn't, my schedule, I mean, this sounds ridiculous. Josh says my schedule doesn't allow for a conventional job, because sometimes I'll be like, I need to get a job. Like, for my brain, I need to get a job. I'm like a dog. Like, I have to have a challenge. Oh, thanks, Kathy. I have to have something to, like, I need to have a purpose. I need to have something I'm accomplishing every day other than just making beds and getting kids to school and picking them up and going out to dinner. I need to have something more. I need to have something that feels like fulfilling. And so it's a weird thing when your kids go to school and you're a stay-at-home mom. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I did hear this one girl say she made $60,000 one month on TikTok Shop. And I was like, sign me up. Sign me up. Because here's the thing I've had to really come to terms with. I always would be like, oh, I don't want to share a link because it looks too like silly, or I don't want to share a link because it looks too like, I guess in a way I felt like my children said, like I felt like it looked desperate, or like I was taking advantage, or it wasn't truly something I believed in or used or whatever. And a friend of mine was like, I'm gonna go buy it. So either you post it, someone I know and trust, or I'm gonna go click the link of a stranger and she's gonna get my, $3 or whatever. She's like, so just do the thing. Who cares? And I was like, yeah, all right. That makes sense. And if I don't like the stuff, I don't do a video on it. So I like to think of myself as an ethical affiliate. All right, well, this is it. This is my hair today. This is my face today. I fear it's not going to get any better than this. So if that's what you're waiting on, show's over. I've had a really fun time hanging out with you guys, but now I'm going to go do the things. And if you've ever followed me over there, if you've ever scrolled past one of my videos and liked it real quick, if you've ever purchased anything, really thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it so much. I do a little I'm not going to say I do a little happy dance because that sounds corny, but I do get a little bit excited. I'm like, yay. And hopefully it'll turn into something bigger. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Melissa. I'm going to get out of here now. I'll talk to you guys later. If you have any questions about anything I used or anything I talked about in this video, just message me. Maybe I'll see it someday this year, because Facebook messaging is literally the worst thing ever. I don't know how people are running full businesses where, communication is crucial, because I can't get any messages ever over here. I don't know where they go. Sometimes they go in a spam folder and it'll not be spam. But then sometimes a nasty picture will come through from someone in another country. So you can't win. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.